take you to around 155. It'll take you like 25-ish seconds, maybe 20, 25-ish seconds. So when he gets to wolves, it'll be about a minute 20 seconds, minute 25, maybe minute 30. I'm not sure. In that area, that 10-second span, he's at wolves. If you have clairvoyance, you want to be checking their jungler all the time. All the time. Now, when he's at, when you know where their jungler is, this can help you out a lot. Level 2 Warwick with blue buff, not threatening. Level 2 Warwick with blue buff getting wolves, not threatening at all. Level 2 Warwick at wraiths. Wraiths will usually, actually, to be honest, I haven't jungled in a while as Warwick, or actually I haven't jungled in a while as anyone, to be quite honest. But I believe it's wraiths, and if it isn't wraiths, they can just go to mini golems and get level 3. Level 3 is almost when all junglers have some sort of danger, like to you in the lane. Warwick will have W leveled probably twice of his jungling, a Q once. That allows him to get in, get some extra hits, and that with the dagger on Twitch, if I knew that, he would come and get some extra hits on me too. That's dangerous. So basically, me in this situation, I knew that their Warwick at this point in time wasn't in that area, but earlier in the game, I should have been talking about this earlier in the game, of course, in the replay, but earlier in the game, I should have been paying attention to that and keeping check on that, because that is something that can be extremely vital. Our Tryndamere, luckily, was not being pressured by their Warwick, because that could have been bad for him. And our bottom lane was getting lucky, not getting pressured, because just look how pressed up they are. It's not necessarily. I mean, right now they're zoning them out. That's really good. But if they didn't have that ward, they would not want to be doing this. Having a ward allows you to do many other things, but if that ward was not there, this is a bad spot to be. And to be honest, if you're 1200, even up to 1400 ELO and below, you cannot rely on your teammate getting you that ward to keep you safe from the jungler. Alright, so back to the replay. Just kind of laning up. I don't remember if in this game if I get 6 and then go back. I might have ganked bottom, but I'm not totally sure. I'm at level 6. I decide to push the lane a bit. Malefic Vision. When I leave it on and it chains, it gives me mana back slightly, so that's why I was casting it there. And I wanted to kind of push him back. Yes, I do recall. And now, because Twitch was an easy lane for me, I remember, I believe in my head, I was thinking, all right, I want to get Medjai's. And let me tell you now, stacking items are not always good. Sword of the Occults, especially, you don't always want to grab one in ranked game. You almost never want to grab one in a ranked game. There are very few champs that benefit enough from it that will be able to survive the damage that you'll take getting stacks on it. So anyways, I get the Amplifying Tome. I could have gone Catalyst first, but I didn't. I took maybe two shots from Twitch that whole 1 to level 6 phase. So I didn't need the Catalyst that early. I didn't need the early survivability. I got the Vision Ward because I knew Twitch he'll be a hassle if he gets someone in his lane. I think I'm one-on-one and then Twitch comes out. And I believe that happens once or twice during this game. But for now, I had that with me because I never wanted to be in that situation this early. Get the health pots, get the mana pots. In general, I'm just ready to keep up staying in the lane. Let's take a look at the last hits. I'm only at 32. Our Tryndamere's doing well top. Jarvan's jungling quickly. Tryndamere's actually not doing too well. Keep in mind. Their Singe is beating him heavily. And I've got my combo up. In this situation, see, if I had flash, the flash distance would take me probably to about here. When Twitch was in this situation, I could have dropped my Q to hit him there, flashed, and it would have been a free kill. I believe in the game I saw Twitch going back, so what I do is I drop my Malefic Vision, I drop my Q, I drop another Malefic Vision, and I shoot bottom because I see this happening down here. Now I meet Aurelia in the river, or do I? No, she didn't see me. But Jax was here. I get the E on Jax. I missed the Q. Jax a little bit. but I get the ignite on Aurelia and my W, and that was a great stun by Staples King, allowing me to get that to happen, and that racked up the double kill. That move right there, me pushing the lane after harassing Twitch. Okay, actually, you should do this in any solo. If you harass the opponent enough or win your lane enough, don't be afraid to push your lane like I did, because when the lane is pushed up, it takes them too much time, unless it's like a Civ or something, to push it back. So you can leave your lane without fear of taking too much tower damage. You want to do that as a mid or a solo, or a mid usually. The solo is pretty much AFK farm, but as a mid, you want to push the lane once in a while and leave to gank. That will create situations like this. If I did not push that lane and leave, Aurelia and Jax would have escaped and continued to run train on bottom lane. Luckily enough, I noticed that was happening, and I was able to exploit the situation. Now with the extra gold, I go back. I want to get that Medjai's. I even say it to my team, throw down the little heart. Let's see, I'll just speed this up. But and another thing about low ELO games, you gotta have a good attitude. People rage, people feed, people DC. You'll run into everything in the world in games. Low ELO, high ELO, any ELO. But you have to be able to deal with it. You can't just rage at your team and expect them to get better and expect to win games. You have to take that role as the commander. You have to take the role as the leader. I mean, I wasn't necessarily, your dear leader in this game here, but if you notice, even in the beginning, from the very beginning, I took control over what was happening. Now, if I remember correctly, we wanted to go help top into their jungle a bit, and we see Twitch up there. We see Aurelia mid. Aurelia's just soaking some XP, and Aurelia's no big deal at the moment. I see Twitch coming around here, and it was pretty much just a free kill at that point, for me at least. The only problem is Twitch gets away. He gets the invisibility, and I was pinging him, but our Jarvan was just kind of not paying attention, just stealing their red. That was a little face, but whatever. It happens. That's those are things you will run into. I blew my combo, and essentially wasted it, but whatever. You just got to get over things like that. Of course, I could have probably gotten the kill by throwing down the ignite, and I was trying to get the ignite on him, I remember, but he was out of range, didn't work out. Oh well, get him next time. See, I got the Medjai's at that point, don't have a stack yet, but I got another vision ward because I don't want Twitch being a problem. You cannot let Twitch get fed. Same thing with Aurelia, actually. Luckily enough, Aurelia was not the smartest fellow in the earlier game, because if she gets farmed or fed early game, that's GG. She gets that early Trinity Force, gets those tanky items. If she has a decent team, you're not gonna be able to win. Top of my head, I don't think too much fancy stuff happens here. Just general playing, general laning, take a peek at bottom. Not too much going on. This is just that downtime. This is that farm time. Right now, Vlad's kind of roaming around, just trying to pick up some kills. He has a Medjai's too. He's getting stacks, and that's good. You got the level 2 boots earlier than I did, but I was mid lane, so I didn't necessarily need the mobility as much because I was just gonna be farming more. Now, I didn't exactly see what was top, but honestly, in this replay editor, it's hard to tell. As soon as right here, we were actually really considering diving Twitch. At least I was. I had my whole combo. I had ignite. It would have been a kill, and I pinged. But the second we saw Aurelia, we had to back up, and that kind of brings up something that I should mention. In games like this, when you think to yourself, I could get a kill, I could beat this person, get a free kill, get some gold, blah blah blah. If it's in a situation like that, or almost anywhere, you do not want to overextend. Do never overextend unless you know what you can and cannot accomplish and the consequences. So, let's say we dove him. If back then I was here, Jarvan was there, Twitch was right there. Okay, that's a free kill. We know that. We get him. But the problem is, if we went in, despite knowing Aurelia was there, Aurelia could have potentially picked up a double kill. And that's never good. What you have to do is value your own life over getting kills. And you just cannot allow yourself to just be reckless. You cannot allow yourself to go in thinking, I'm Malzahar, I can kill anyone, I'm Aurelia, I'll tank anything, because you can't. There's so many factors in this game that at this point you probably don't understand that could happen. Whatever the worst situation is will almost always occur. So please play slightly more passive. You know, get the last hits. The laning phase is all about last hits and then occasional ganks. In your lane, you can harass, but I do not want to see people just going in for kills all the time, because it is not worth it. It wastes last hitting time, it wastes time in the lane. It is just not worth the effort, the time, the gold, the health, whatever. It's just avoid it, please. Alright, speed this up a bit. Not too much going on, at least for me. You know, we got some chasing going around. Warwick coming down mid. I see that. I just want to get back to my lane, get some more farm, do my thing. At this point, I didn't have a vision ward anymore. And earlier on, I knew Twitch was